Okay, about 7 weeks ago, I turned 49. And I felt like that was a huge turning point in my life. And I decided that I am going to make commitments to myself for things that I have put off for too many years. The first thing I decided is that I made a commitment to myself to actually put time and energy into my YouTube channel. It was something I wanted to do for years, and I always made excuses as to why I couldn't do it. I just didn't have the time. I didn't know what I was doing. What's the point? I said that to myself a lot, like, why bother? But I did it, and I've been having fun. I've been learning so much, and I've been growing as a creator and as a person, and I like that I'm challenging myself. Another thing that I always wished that I loved was to bake and cook. I'm envious of those people who get in the kitchen and they make these big elaborate meals and they love every minute of it. I kind of wish that was me. And you know what? Fair enough. Maybe that isn't my thing, but I've never given it a real try. And so I decided, especially after I cleaned my kitchen yesterday, I'll insert that video down below. But after that video, I said, you know what? I want to get in my kitchen and just try. Let's bake something brand new that I've never done before, and let's see if I like it. Anyway, we will see how it goes, but I want you to come along with me. So stay tuned, and today we are making carrot cake muffins. Let's see how that goes. It's one of my favorite features of our fridge. It's a screen that I can actually put recipes up here. So this is the recipe I'm using. It's from 2peasandtheirpod.com, and it's called carrot cake muffins. So if you go online and look up this recipe, this is what you will see. And this is what they're gonna look like. Let's scroll a little bit. Yeah, so they have a cream cheese filled center, which my youngest son absolutely loves. These are his favorite muffins. When he goes out, he always wants to purchase these ones. So I thought, you know what? Let me try to see if I could make this at home and see how it turns out. Let's give it a go. Here is some of the ingredients we're going to be using. We have salt and sugar, brown sugar. We have some spices like cinnamon and cloves. We have eggs, cream cheese, vanilla, baking soda, baking powder, oil, and then also flour, which is just in my cupboard right now. So the first thing I'll mention about this recipe is that your cream cheese and your eggs should be at room temperature. So just remember to pull those out of the fridge beforehand. So I've had mine out for a little while, especially while I set everything up. They've just been getting to room temperature, but I'm just gonna leave those for a little bit more and just continue on with the recipe. So the first thing I did was I preheated my oven, and in the recipe it says to preheat to 400 degrees. I preheat it to 375 though, because I find my oven runs quite warm and I don't want to burn these. And now I am just lining my muffin tin with paper liners, and then we'll start mixing the ingredients. Okay, so the first thing it says is to make the cream cheese filling. So I'm going to do that right now. It says to use 8 tablespoons of your cream cheese. Each one of these boxes is 250 grams. So I'm assuming that 8 tablespoons is about half of this, or half a cup. I hope my math is right, but we will go with that. We will see how, hopefully we have enough of the cream cheese filling. Let's see. Okay, so we'll just put that in there. Okay, yes, so the next thing is 1/3 cup of sugar, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So one thing I love about baking right here is that this drawer has all of my measuring cups and measuring spoons, so it's very easy to just grab something when I need it, and it makes it convenient. So that is a win for my baking adventure today. So now that I've done the cream cheese filling, it says to just put that into the fridge. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm just going to use a spatula and transfer it to a different bowl and put it in the fridge for right now. So in a large separate bowl, I'm going to mix all of my dry ingredients. So first is 1.5 cups of flour. And then 1/4 cup of sugar. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And I bought these containers at Dollarama here in Canada, so you can write on the front with chalk, but I figured that that would just wipe off too easily, and I'd never be able to tell when you have 2 white powders what is what. So on the back I did get my labeler and just made these little labels to stick on the back, so I'll always know which is which. So anyway, just a little tip I thought I'd share. Okay, and I feel like this always happens to me when I'm baking, is that I end up not having all the ingredients. I cannot find nutmeg. So I'm going to check online and see if there's a substitute that I can use instead of nutmeg. Cinnamon, cloves, ginger, pumpkin pie spice, which I actually have that. So maybe the other 3 I'm already using in the recipe anyway, so maybe I'll add pumpkin pie spice instead. Let's just give that a try. I'm sure it'll taste good. And then we have 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. So ginger and nutmeg are both 1/4 teaspoon each. So I'm going to do the ginger and the pumpkin pie spice. And then for the cloves, it's 1/8 of a teaspoon. So just a tiny little bit. Do I have? Yes, I do have 1/8 of a teaspoon. There. Okay, so don't know if you can see it there. But now I'm just going to whisk this all together. And I wish you could smell, oh, all of those spices smell so good. It definitely smells like the epitome of fall, for sure. So now I'm just gonna set that aside, and I'm going to do all of my wet ingredients in my KitchenAid now. So next is 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And I'm going to put that into my KitchenAid. And then 1/2 cup of oil, vegetable oil. You can use coconut oil as well, but I just didn't have that on hand, so. So I just put in 1/3 cup of buttermilk. And next is going to be 2 eggs and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And now for the most labor-intensive part, the carrots. So it's 3 medium carrots or 1.5 cups of grated carrots. So let's get started on that part. Good thing that I'm measuring this, because this is only 1 carrot and already I'm at a whole cup. So If I had just done the 3 blindly, it would have been way too much. Okay, so there's 1 cup. Okay, and let's add thing we're going to do is we are going to fold the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and it says not to over mix it, so just mix until it's just mixed together. How do I say that? Incorporate it? That would be a better word. They said even if there's just a little bit of flour, it's okay. So not to mix too vigorously. So let's give this a try and see how we make out. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of the batter, put it into each paper muffin cup, and then we're going to put about a tablespoon of the cream cheese mixture that's been sitting in the fridge. And then we're going to top it back up with the mixture again until it's about 3/4 of the way full. So let's see, let's hope this works. The cream cheese mixture. So now I'm just going to take a tablespoon of this and put it into the center of every muffin. And now they're in the oven for 18 to 23 minutes, but I'm going to check them in about 15. So this is at 15 minutes, what they look like. So they just need a little bit more time, but they smell so good. Okay, and here they are all done. Okay, so here is the moment of truth. There's the muffin. I'm gonna try it now. It smells delicious. It's still warm, just out of the oven. Okay. Oh, let's see. That is really good. Oh my goodness. And I got some of the cream cheese as well. Really, really good. I think that my son is gonna flip over these. I hope he does. I will let you know what he says, but I think they're a hit. It was well worth it. So there is baking accomplishment number 1 checked off my list. Thanks again for tuning in today, and we will see you again very soon. Bye.